This conference will now be recorded.
This is a simple test case, right? See here, this is a simple test case, just login test case. Observe here, my URL I am maintaining in config.property file. Why I am maintaining config.property file team? If the requirement got changed, nothing but if the URL got changed, I should not touch my code. Remember team, whenever if you want to execute on any environment, on any application, if the application URL change, you should not change here where driver.get property. Earlier we are supplying here, but here you have to get your URL dynamically. Dynamically from where? Config, from config.property file. Suppose this will my get property method read my get property method. I am passing this key. If I pass QA URL, it will read this URL and a test case will execute on this URL. Right? Suppose tomorrow or next week, and manager said, please boss execute this test case on dev URL. Now you can maintain one more URL. This is dev URL. Dev URL, right? So dev URL may be different, and this is in properties file. Default it will maintain in string format, right? Key and value pairs. Let's consider this is dev URL. Dev URL may be some difference. Dot dev, and this is the dev URL. Now, if you want to execute these test cases, where you have to change in and go to your code here, you can instead of QA URL, you can supply. See here, instead of QA URL here, you can supply dev URL. Now your test cases will execute on which environment? Developer environment. Clear team? And again, if you want to execute on test environment, QA environment, QA URL. Dynamically, you are changing URL, right? And username and password. How the username and password you are getting? Again, we are maintaining test data. So what are the data you are using here? You should not give hard code. Always you have to maintain your test data in separate file, whether it's a text file or property file or Excel file. In real time, people will maintain most of the cases, 99% people will maintain on where team Excel file. See here, for that, in my project, I have created a separate folder. Separate folder what? Test data. Inside test data, I am having Excel sheet, test data. In the Excel sheet, I am having username and password. Username and password. Suppose today I'm executing this username. So let's consider tomorrow my boss had given one more test data or separate test data. This is david@gmail.com. Password is, let's say this password this time is this one. See, always test data and URLs and your code should be dynamic and should be optimized. You should not write code again and again. Clear team? Here, so first of all, I'm having some property file in my project level. This is config.property file. Inside my config.property file, I'm maintaining URLs, right? And again, I'm having test data folder. Inside test data folder, I'm having test data Excel sheet. So how to read a test data Excel sheet team? How to read Excel file? So for that reading Excel file, we are having a predefined class in where team? Do we have in Java? No, right? So we don't have a classes. We don't have a code to read data from Excel file. For that, we are adding one more external jar file. What is that external jar file team? Anyone remember? Just ping me in you. Just ping me in chat. What is the jar files? What is the API we are using for data from Excel file? Anyone? Jyoti? It's very, very important. So people will may not ask you what is the tell me how to read data. Just write the code how to read data from Excel file. People will always tell you how to read data from Excel file. And just if you don't know the code, if you not remember the code, no one will remember the code team until unless they'll ask to write code. Just just you can say by using this so and so API, we can read data. In Java, in Selenium, we don't have any predefined classes and predefined methods. For that, to reading data from Excel file, we are using one third-party API. What is the third-party API team? Apache Py API. This is the API we have added right yesterday. Apache Py API, reference library, C team, Py API. These are all jar files coming from where team? Apache Py. Yesterday we downloaded Apache Py and then added the jar files. At least you have to remember, worst case you have to remember jar files. Forget about the first code first initially. At least you have to remember which jar files, which API you're using. For my project as of now, until now, what I added team, I have added Java. Whenever you create a Java project, you will get a Java jar files. And then I have added Selenium jar files. And then I have added common IO packages for what? For capturing screenshot. After capturing screenshot, to copy your file, you have to call file utils class copy file method. File utils class coming from where team? Common IO. We have added common IO. Now, yesterday we have added Apache Py. At least you have to remember API, external jar files names initially. Later you can remember the code. At least you should know this WebDriver getting from where. You should know WebDriver getting from where. Otherwise, how can you execute your code? Okay, and then how to read a data from Excel file team? So first of all, you have to get your Excel file into code. For that, we are calling file class or file class. I have to pass path. How to get this path? So this is under my D drive. This is my folder name, and this is my project name. Inside project, I'm having a folder name test data. Inside my folder name, I'm having Excel file. You have to give file with extension, right? After that, just create a workbook class object. Inside workbook class, we have a sheet. Workbook nothing but your Excel sheet. Inside Excel sheet, you are having sheets. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 like this. And in workbook class, there is a method called getSheet. GetSheet will return sheet class object, right? Store it into sheet, and then now you are gone into sheet. Inside a sheet, so data will maintain on as rows and columns. This is a row, right? This is a row and this is a column. And in sheet class, we have a method called getRow. GetRow will return row, store it into row. And again, in row we are having cell, get cell. Get cell return cell class object. Inside a cell class, there is a methods to read data. If the data is string, you will get string cell value. If your data is number, get numeric cell value. Get string cell value return string. Get numeric cell value return maybe double and it may be integer type. And this is how you can read the data. And then after reading, I'm storing into string username, string password. So get cell data from where team get cell, it will return first cell. Zero nothing but it will return first cell. Index number, get cell, it is passing in this index number. This is the first index number. And get cell, this is the second index number. If I call get cell value on cell 1, it will return username. If I call get cell value from cell 2, it will return password. Get cell value 0, get cell value 1. I'm storing into string. After that, I can pass to my send keys. Send key is asking what in string parameter. So directly I'm passing here dynamically. This is username. This is a password. Find element dot send keys. Sending username, sending password. So now this time, so this is a dynamic. So instead of Murli, if you remove Murli and you can replace one more account. Suppose if you're having a David here, you can replace David pass name. Now if you execute this test case, first of all, it will execute by using credentials, first credentials, and even if you change credentials, execution same, but user account is different. Creating. After that, as usual, I'm capturing screenshot, right? And observe team. So I'm deleting this one screenshot. Now I'm having screenshot folder, test output folder, test data folder. Now, right? And even if you want, you can execute this test by using your test ng. As of now, let me execute from run as test ng. Yesterday we have seen. And here, whatever we are seeing, driver.find element, this is also hard coded team. This is also we have to make as dynamic. Everything should be in dynamic. Okay. Now this time browser got launched. URL got entered. Username from where team, this time coming from Excel file. Password also coming from Excel file. Login. Now this time it will capture screenshot. Right. My test case got fault passed, and here I'm also verifying asset. Right. If you want, I can show you screenshot. Screenshot where under my screenshot folder. This is the latest screenshot. Clear team. This is the how you have to read data from property file to read from data from Excel. Clear? If you have any doubts, please let me know regarding the reading data from property file, reading data from Excel file. Any doubts, team? If you practice, you will get a doubts. For sure, if you practice, you will get a doubts. If you're not getting a doubts, then definitely you're not practicing. Okay. See, up to now, what are the concepts we have discussed, team? What are the concepts we have discussed? Anyone quickly? Major concepts. What are the concepts we have discussed? Right? Right? Java, TestNG. Before the TestNG, we discuss about Selenium basics, right? Selenium, and then before that, including Java, we discuss collection concepts, right? So a very good XPath, right? How to find element by using XPath, CSS, class name, tag name, and XPath functions, navigations, and difference between XPath and CSS, right? See, and then we discussed about TestNG, right? Now, so this is a good time to start. So the concept called mapping. This is a very important thing. Maven also very important. And first of all, here, why Java team? Why Java? Java is a programming language. So Selenium implemented on top of Java. So we are writing the code. If you want to use if you want to write the code, first of all, you have to know the Java code, right? So there is the Java. And what is Selenium? Selenium is an API. By using Selenium, we can communicate with browser. Yes, sir. It's a programming language, and Selenium. By using this, we can communicate with browser. Yes, sir. And why TestNG team? Why TestNG? To manage test cases. We can say to manage test cases. You can execute test cases, the bulk test cases, all the test cases, separate class test cases, right? Even we can generate a simple reports. Yes, sir. And we have a annotations before class, after class, before method, after method, at the test. There are a number of features team. We discussed only few. There are a number of features in TestNG. We discussed only few. Okay, try to explore first initially basics, then we can elaborate remaining things. Okay, now Maven. So first of all, what is a Maven? Maven is a build management tool. So first of all, Maven is a build management tool. Here you have to know first of all what is a build. Any idea team? What is a build? Any idea on build? Build. Build is nothing but it's an executable program. We can consider it as one project code. It's an executable code. See, if how the development going on team. So already we discussed SDLC, right? SDLC. So let's consider in any environment, any organization, there will be a three environment: dev environment, UI environment, and delivery and maintenance environment. See here, in develop environment, what they'll do, they'll prepare a code. Yes or no? Code nothing but project. They'll prepare a project, nothing but they'll prepare a code. See, this is we are calling as a build. Yes, sir. And how to test whether that code is working fine or not. So after the developing that one, so people will place it into somewhere in the sense they place it into server. So this build delivered to QA nothing but this build delivered to QA nothing but they'll place that build into server. Now this is a testing server. In that testing server, there will be availability of the project, that code. Now here you have to test this build. You have to test this build. So this build, this from development environment to QA environment, how will you get team? That is we are calling as a build deployment. So after preparing code, after completion of the project, the developer will do what? Build deployment into your environment method server. They'll place entire the build into one location. That location contain URL. That URL provide to you. So by the time of testing, what they'll give to you? They'll give you a simple URL. URL nothing but say your developed application build location. That is the address of the project. So this is we are calling a build, and this is we are calling as build deployment. The developer will do after developing the code, they'll do the deployment. So what they'll do deploymenting, they'll do a build deployment. So after the deployment, they'll give you a simple URL, nothing but build address, application address. You have to test your application. You have to execute your test cases by using that particular URL. Now, so Maven is a build management tool. What are the developers doing here? So this is a build deployment. So let's consider earlier before Maven, it is taking 5 to 10 hours. That's average, I can say 8 hours. But after coming Maven, come to the picture, Maven is automated entire the build deployment process. Suppose if the developer, let's think in developer perspective. If the developer want to do the build deployment, first of all, they have to write the code. So how we are writing the Java code? Let's consider the development also implemented by using Java language. First of all, they have to develop the code. After developing, they have to compile the code. Remember, always you'll have availability of compiled code only. If the program gets compiled successfully, then only they will do the deployment. If program is not compiled, then they don't do the deployment. Why team? So successful. Write code only can compile, right? Otherwise, you will get errors. If you're getting errors, nothing but program is not compiling, build not generate. So after the build generation, so what the development people will do? Development people will do the deployment. So what they will do after compilation? After compilation only, the program will generate a successful build. Successful build only they'll do the deployment. Entire this process taking some hours team. I can say average 5 to 10 hours. So this entire thing Maven can automate. Maven is it's a build management tool. So as of now, you can consider here it's same like a Java, not a same like a Java project, but you can somewhat you can say see whatever we are doing on top of Java project. As of now, what we have created team up to now we have created a project what Java project. This is the Java project, Java project, Java project. Right. Whatever you are doing on top of Java project, everything you can do. In fact, you can do more than that. So by using Java project, you can write your code and you can execute your code. But by using a Maven project, you can do lots of things in. If you know Maven exactly, you can do lots of things. First of all, what you can do in a developer perspective, you can do build management. Build management in sense writing the code, compiling the code, after compilation, deployment into deployment into servers. This is the all Maven can do automatically. Simply you have to give a simple command. After giving the command, Maven can do automate all these things. Compiling the code, generating a jar file, after generating deployment. See how we are doing this one. One environment, another environment. After compilation, it will generate one jar file. Build nothing but it's a jar file. Already we know, right? Jar file. Build nothing but jar file. After compilation, successful compilation, it will generate a jar file. So after generating jar file, now the jar file how to deployment one location to another location, one environment to another environment. That is we are calling as build deployment. So this compiling the code, generating jar file, after generating successfully generating a jar file, deployment code into one location to another location, Maven can do this entire automation. For that, we are having some goals and commands. We don't need that much. So this is the one advantage, first advantage of Maven, build management. right? And then so Maven have some default life cycle. Maven having it's a life cycle. So this life, what the life cycle contains in already we discussed at the time of SDLC, right? SDLC is a process which is having some phases. So in Maven also, it's entire thing having its own cycle. Inside this Maven cycle, there are some phases and growth. By using these phases, we can do lots of things automatically. Earlier, this build deployment phase to execute something to generate jar file, we have to write a lot of code team before Maven. So whenever the Maven came, so you don't need to write the code, just install Maven and use it in your project. That's it. No need to write lots of code here. Clear? And Maven lifecycle, it is having some phases. We'll discuss them, and we'll also using the phases and cycle phases. Okay, and along with that, Maven can manage plugins. Maven managing plugins. You can say managing plugins. So plugins, nothing but we'll discussing up to know what are the external jar files we have added. So you can simply manage the plugins in your project, right? And then Maven having some heart of the project. There is a pom.xml, pom.xml. This is the XML file we'll discuss. Okay. So first of all, here you have to consider Maven is a software. Then how to download it. We will discuss in detail on top of after installation. So how to download, just right. Just go to the Google here, and here you can say download Maven. Maven for Windows, or if you are using Mac, download Maven for Mac. Download Maven. See here, this is also coming from where team? The organization called Apache. Apache Maven. Apache Maven. And this is also free and open source team. And whatever we are discussing up to now, Java is open source, Selenium open source, SNG open source, Maven open source. No need to pay the money, right? See, this is the Maven official website. So this is implemented by Apache organization. So the software, if you want to download, here you are having a files, and here you are having links. Apache, Maven, BinZip, BinZip, Bin, TarZip, Bin, SRC tar, SRC zip. So if you are using a Windows, you have to use this one thing, Bin zip, right? So go to the official website. This is the official website. So let me give me here. So site. This is the site. And if you want to download, so what is the link team? This is the link under files. Go to the files. I can see this files. The link is under files. This one link. Apache Maven BinZip. This is the latest version team. Apache Maven 3.6.3 BinZip. So let me click on this BinZip. See here, you will get a jar file. Same how we are getting it Selenium, right? How we are getting Apache Point, how we are getting Commons IO. Same, you'll get a BinZip. And after that, if you want to use, go to the folder and downloads Apache Maven BinZip. Right? If you want to use extracts, how we are extracting Selenium, Commons IO, Apache Point, right? Same like you have to extract it. You have to extract anywhere, or if you want to maintain in another location, just copy this zip file and paste into somewhere. In my D drive already I have this Apache file, sorry, Maven. So where the jar file thing, under jars, I think I'm having Maven. No, I think I'm mentioning C drive program files. So I'm having somewhere here. Okay, let me show you again. So go to the downloads. It's the latest download file, and go to the C drive here under program files. I'm maintaining. If you want, you can maintain a separate folder for Maven, or if you want, you can place it into anywhere. As of now, here I'm maintaining a separate folder. You can run from anywhere, team. You can run from anywhere. As of now, let me create a folder here, Maven, inside Maven. Inside Maven, let me paste it this jar file. So after that, you can extract here, extract all. You will get a folder like this. Same like Java team. How to install Maven instance? Same like a Java. There is no major steps here. Same how you are downloaded Java. Same like this. So you will get a folder structure like this. And how you are having bin in Java. So like this same. Copy to the bin. Right? See here. And let me give this one. You have to set path like Java. How we are set the Java path theme? Just copy this, which after extracting, copy this one up to the bin. Okay, and go to your folder here, and how we have set this one? Properties, this PC or my computer. Properties, and go to the advanced system settings. Here, environment variables, right? So how we have set the Java team? Java home, right? So under system variables, under user variables, we have set the Java. Yes or no? And here, even you can set the Maven also. How to set the Maven team? See here, click on new variables. First of all, click in new here. So what you have to give here? M2, give me capsule, M2 underscore home here. M2 underscore home and paste this one. And up to where team? Up to here. Remove the bin. I think I'm not having the Maven. Earlier I have the Maven. Okay, no team, no issues, no issues. Let me install from in my machine only. Earlier I am having, but okay. So first of all, give. So the name here you have to give variable name, same like Java team. You do give variable name and variable path. Variable name how I am giving, observe m2 underscore home here, or else you can give mvn underscore home. As of now, let me give. So people will maintain mvn underscore home team, mvn underscore home. Okay, and some people giving m2 underscore home and your path up to where, up to here. Okay, and then click on OK. And click take system variable, and the system variables take again mvn underscore home, same, copy your location up to this. Okay team, and click on OK. Now you are having system variables and you are having user variable. Okay, Under system variables, there will be a path, right? So observe team where you are having path here. This is the path. Click on edit. You are having Java and all those things. Here you can take new path, right? So give me new path here. This is a Maven path, and click on OK. Okay. So and OK and OK, right? So first the path and first set user variable. How to set user variable team? MVN underscore home, right? And your path. This is the name. This is the name, and you have to give the path up to where this one, and then again set system variable. System variable. How to set system variable? Same this one, right? Same this one, and then under system variables, under this one system variable. So edit the path, right? And take new option, new path, and paste this one up to bin, right? And the system variable, this is same username and user variable and system. So after that, if you want to verify team, so if you want to verify whether you have set the Maven right or not, just open command prompt, go to the search, type cmd, right? Here you can say mbn hyphen hyphen version. Java home not defined correctly. This is the way to verify team. So you can say mvm hyphen hyphen virsion Java version. Now you will get. Let me check in my machine. So after the OS installation, I haven't checked. Let me check properties, system settings, environment variables, Java underscore home. Here also we should have Java underscore home. Okay. So first of all, you should have installation of Java team. So Maven will work on top of Java. First, you should have installed Java MVM hyphen hyphen version. Java home environment variable is not defined correctly. Okay, let me check it in. I'll check it in my machine first of all. Earlier, you should I have Maven earlier. So after the OS changing, it's got it's removed from my machine. Now I'll check this one and see after the Maven installation. So this is the steps, right? So in steps there is no much difference between Java and Maven team. Same process. So download the Maven, extract the zip file, and after extracting, so you have to give your user variable and system variable. User variable and system variable here. User variable, system variable. User variable Java Maven MVN underscore home, and the path you have to give up to this one. After that, new under system variable, you have to give the path. How we are giving Java path up to the bin, we have to give. Okay, team. So please let me know if you have any doubts and if you face any issues by the time of installation of Maven. So first of all, you should have a Java and then Maven. Okay, team. Right? And then here, after installation, you can go with Maven project. Maven project. See here. How we are creating a Java, right? So even we can create a Maven project, right? Observe here. So in Eclipse, if you installed Maven here, if you're using advanced Eclipse, you will get a Maven project. Maven is a software team. Again, you can create a Maven project. And now onwards, we have to write a pro code under where? Under Maven project only. So up to now, we have used what? This is a Java project. These are all Java project. Whatever we are seeing up to now, these are all Java project. How we are creating Java project? Right click, new. We are created project. So we are creating Java project. Up to now, we are taking my Java project. Observe here. Observe here. So under this one, even you can show Maven project. From now onwards, take Maven project, not Java. So click on Maven project, right? So after clicking this one, so you will get like this. Create new Maven project. Yes. Next. After that, it is asking select archetype. We're discussing what is archetype. So Maven, the default will give you some structure, some folder structure. If you want to get a default folder structure, you have to select artifact, right? So as of now, I'm selecting Maven archetype, quick start architect. Okay, next, click on next. By default, it is selecting, no need to select anyone. But default select quick start. I want to give archetype quick start. Now next, it will give you, it is asking me two parameters. What is the two parameters stream? It's asked group ID and archetype ID. Group ID in the sense, so you can consider like it's a package name. Artifact ID in sense, it's a project name. Artifact ID considered like a project name. So what the project I'm giving, giving like Maven first project. Maven first. Okay. And group ID already I said, right? It's like a package name. So how we are maintaining package name? Tom dot test, right? As of now, let me give only test. This is my package, test package. Okay. Now click on finish. If you click finish, you will get a Maven project here. Observe here. So first project, Maven first, right? Earlier I am having here J. Now this time you will get M, Maven, right? See here. It is giving some folder structures, right? So what the Maven giving team? SRC main Java, SRC test Java, and SRC file, target file, and format XML. This is the folder structure. So if you create a Maven, by default, quick start, it will give you folder structure. Observe here. Observe here. So under this test Java, under this under this main Java, you are getting a default packages. So what the group we are giving team test package, right? See, this is the package name, Maven pack test pack dot Maven first. Test pack have given group ID dot your project name. This is the default packages Maven will give you. If you want, you can maintain, or else you can remove. So you have to remember this thing. So Maven package structure, Maven folder structure. So what it will give you? SRC main Java, SRC test Java, and JRE. What the JRE? Java runtime environment. Already we know it. And then Maven dependencies. We'll discussing what is Maven dependencies, and SRC source folder, and target folder, and format XML. Creating. And here, the one more advantage of Maven is here it will give you default folder structure. By the time of developing a project, developers will give you developers will use a project structure team. They'll maintain a project structure. So Maven can give you, it's more than 2000 default folder structures. But as of now, we are using only quick start archetype, but Maven will give you more than 2000 folder structures. But we are using a folder structure. What we are using folder structure? What team? First of all, it will give you src slash main slash java. This is the first folder, right? And then src slash test slash java. This is one more folder, right? And then src folder. And then what we are having the, and then target folder, and then dependencies, right? And pom.xml. Main heart of the Maven project is pom.xml. Pom.xml target. These are the important components team. These are the important components in Maven project. So src main Java to maintain main code, nothing but source code. src test Java to maintain test cases, and target folder. We'll discuss what is the target folder, what is the use of target folder, and pom.xml. This is a very important team. Pom.xml. I can say this is the heart of your project. So if you take a Maven project, so entire the Maven project is managed only from pom.xml file. Okay, team. So we'll discuss tomorrow in detail what is the Maven feature, how to use Maven features, right? So we'll discuss each and everything, team. Okay, just try to install Maven. Try to install Maven same way. So as of now in my machine, there is no installed Maven, and I have to check again how I installed Java. But in your machine, so installation Java installation good, and you can good to download Maven. This is steps. Okay, if you face any issues, please let me know. Okay, thank you.